Beneath the cold Atlantic Ocean, something huge and silent is moving. A group of U.S. nuclear submarines has been spotted near Russia. They are hidden underwater, operating in complete silence. Each submarine carries nuclear missiles that can destroy entire cities. But these subs are not built to attack first. Their real purpose is to stop war before it starts. Their silence is a warning to anyone who might start a fight. Each submarine is like a steel ship under the sea, longer than a football field. It moves slowly, unseen by radar or satellite. Inside, over 100 crew members live for months without sunlight. They control 20 Trident missiles ready to launch if needed. One launch could change the world forever. But here's the question: why now? Why are these submarines suddenly near Russian waters in 2025? Is this a show of power or a sign of rising tension? Could it mean something bigger is happening behind the scenes? Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know why the US moved its subs, how they stay invisible, and what this really means for the next World War. US nuclear submarines are now moving through the Arctic and the North Atlantic Oceans. These movements were first seen in military reports. Even satellites can't clearly find them. Only ocean sensors pick up small sounds deep underwater. Each submarine is part of America's hidden fleet. Their patrol routes stretch from the Arctic Circle to the North Pacific. They can stay underwater for up to 3 months without coming to the surface. They use nuclear power, so they don't need fuel or air to run. Their main goal is deterrence, not attack. They exist to stop war, not to start one. But something about these new patrols is different. The timing matches rising tension between the US and Russia. That means every move they make is carefully planned and strategic. Some experts believe these subs are now in second strike positions. That means they can strike back if a nuclear attack ever happens. It's a quiet warning, but a very serious one. So what makes these submarines so important to America's defense plan? And why are they almost impossible for anyone to find or track? The US nuclear defense is built on 3 legs: land, air, and sea. But the sea leg is the one no one can find. That's where the nuclear submarines come in. They are called SSBNs, or boomers, the most dangerous machines ever built. Each one carries 20 Trident II missiles, and each missile has multiple nuclear warheads. That means one submarine alone can erase dozens of major targets. Imagine 20 hidden missile bases all moving deep underwater, silent and unseen. That's what these submarines really are: mobile ghosts with world-ending power. No one knows where they hide or when they surface. That uncertainty keeps every enemy awake at night. Their real power isn't in firing missiles, it's in never having to. They exist so that no one dares to start a nuclear war. These subs are not weapons of attack. They are weapons of fear, built to stop wars before they begin. And that fear works every single day. But here's the question that chills everyone: how can a giant machine stay invisible for months under the world's deadliest oceans? Nuclear submarines stay safe by being quiet, not by being strong. They are covered with special tiles that absorb sonar so enemies can't hear them. Their engines use silent systems that stop bubble noise in the water. This makes them almost impossible to track. Each submarine can stay underwater for 90 days without being seen. They only come up for food, supplies, or messages from command. That means they can hide for months while watching everything above. Imagine a 140-meter metal ship moving under the ocean, right below whales and waves, but no one knows it's there. That's how powerful their stealth really is. Inside, about 130 people live in small rooms. They breathe recycled air and follow strict routines every day. There's no sunlight, no fresh air, only silence. They wait for orders they hope never come. For them, silence means safety, but also isolation. It's their protection and their prison at the same time. But what happens if that silence suddenly ends? What if one day they get the order to launch? If a nuclear war ever begins, it will likely start from under the ocean. That's where US nuclear submarines wait, ready for orders that everyone hopes never come. The launch begins with a coded message from the US president. Every submarine has encrypted packages to confirm the order is real. Once verified, the crew can launch missiles from deep underwater within minutes. Each Trident II missile can travel over 7,000 miles. It carries multiple nuclear warheads, each aimed at a different target. Just one submarine can destroy dozens of major cities. Commanders train for decades to follow this process, but every one of them hopes they never have to do it. Because once those missiles leave the ocean, everything changes. There is no turning back. Every launch from the sea would trigger a counterattack from above. both sides would lose everything. That's what's called mutual destruction. It's the darkest kind of balance, where fear keeps peace alive. But here's what no one can ignore. Why is the US now moving these submarines closer to Russia? What's pushing this dangerous balance toward a new breaking point? This recent submarine movement is not preparation for war. It's a signal, a quiet message meant to remind the world who still holds power. In August 2025, President Trump confirmed that 2 US submarines were moved closer to Russian waters. The goal was simple: to show that America's nuclear deterrence is still active, ready, and watching. No missiles were armed, no threats were made. It was about sending a message without words. Think of it like chess, moving your queen closer to the enemy's king without making a strike. That move alone can change how the opponent reacts. The US wanted to reassure allies and remind rivals that its defenses are always ready. But this kind of signaling is dangerous. A move meant as a warning can easily look like a threat. And that's where nuclear stability becomes fragile. It depends more on psychology than on weapons. A single misread signal can start a crisis no one intended. So the question now is clear. How do these submarines stay alive long enough to deter or strike back if war ever feels seconds away? Every US nuclear submarine runs on a nuclear reactor, a power source that never shuts down. It's the heart of the submarine, beating quietly for decades. Each one can run for over 20 years without ever refueling. Inside the reactor, uranium atoms split apart, creating heat. That heat turns water into steam, which drives turbines and propellers. This gives the submarine unlimited range, able to cross the world without surfacing once. The only limit is how long the crew can last underwater. Think of it like a small nuclear power plant, no bigger than a bus, moving a 10,000-ton ship through the deep ocean. That's the secret to its stealth. No refueling, no noise, no weakness. It can stay hidden for months, unseen by any radar or satellite. This endless power gives the US Navy a massive advantage. But there's a dark truth behind that power. The same nuclear energy that gives life to the submarine could also end life on Earth if used in war. It's both a gift and a curse. And deep below the surface, that silence slowly becomes suffocating. Life inside a US nuclear submarine is total isolation. About 130 crew members live together in tight quarters deep under the ocean. There's no sunlight, no fresh air, and almost no contact with the outside world. Their food supply lasts about 90 days. That's how long one mission can run. For 3 months, they see the same faces, hear the same sounds, and follow the same routine. They live next to nuclear missiles, knowing their job could end the world if war ever starts. They eat, laugh, and sleep beside weapons powerful enough to destroy entire nations. It's like being trapped inside a time capsule floating in the dark. There's boredom, fear, and total faith in the chain of command. No one can afford mistakes down there. The real weapon isn't the missile, it's discipline. They live next to nuclear missiles, knowing their job could end the world if war ever starts. They eat, laugh, and sleep beside weapons powerful enough to destroy entire nations. It's like being trapped inside a time capsule, floating in the dark. There's boredom, fear, and total faith in the chain of command. No one can afford mistakes down there. The real weapon isn't the missile, it's discipline. Every sound, every signal, every move must be perfect. One wrong step could reveal their position or cause a deadly misunderstanding. That's how they live, quietly, carefully, waiting. But when Russia detects movement underwater and starts to respond in kind, the silence of the deep ocean can suddenly turn into the sound of danger. Russia has its own fleet of nuclear submarines, just like the United States. They are called the Borei and Typhoon class subs. Each one carries up to 16 nuclear missiles, all ready to launch if war ever begins. Their patrol areas mirror the American zones, the Arctic, the North Atlantic, and the Pacific Oceans. Both sides stay on alert 24 hours a day, always ready for a second strike if attacked first. It's a deadly balance that has lasted since the Cold War. Two nations deep under the same oceans watch each other in silence. Neither wants to start a war. Both just want to make sure the other never does. This constant tension keeps the peace, but it also keeps the world on edge. One wrong signal or false reading could lead to disaster in minutes. Under the water, the ocean itself becomes a living peace treaty, held together by fear and discipline. Every sonar ping, every shadow could mean the end. But there's one question left. If we now have satellites, AI, and drones that can see everything, Why do both sides still trust submarines to protect the world? Satellites can be jammed, missiles can be shot down, but submarines are ghosts. They move without being seen or heard. They hide under temperature layers in the ocean that deflect sonar signals. Even advanced sensors can't pinpoint their location. They constantly change routes, making them unpredictable to any enemy. That's what makes them the most reliable nuclear defense on Earth. Even if cities are destroyed, some submarines will survive. Even advanced sensors can't pinpoint their location. They constantly change routes, making them unpredictable to any enemy. That's what makes them the most reliable nuclear defense on Earth. Even if cities are destroyed, some submarines will survive, ready to strike back. That second strike ability keeps every superpower careful. It's like trying to find one moving car in the dark, except the car is underwater, and the road is as big as the Atlantic Ocean. The true power of these submarines isn't in their missiles, it's in their disappearance. No one knows where they are, and that fear keeps peace in place. Their invisibility keeps the world visible. It stops wars before they start. Without them, deterrence collapses, and the risk of war rises instantly. That's why both sides keep them running, always ready, always hidden. But the world is changing fast, and as new technology and AI grow stronger, can these submarines stay invisible forever? The world of underwater warfare is changing fast. New sonar satellites, drone submarines, and AI tracking systems are starting to see through the ocean's darkness. The US Navy is now building the next generation of nuclear subs. The world of underwater warfare is changing fast. New sonar satellites, drone submarines, and AI tracking systems are starting to see through the ocean's darkness. The US Navy is now building the next generation of nuclear subs, the Columbia class. They are designed to be quieter, smarter, and almost impossible to detect. Each one is built to last until the 2080s, keeping nuclear deterrence alive for decades. But Russia and China are not standing still. They are racing to create new sonar systems that can find what was once invisible. For the first time, the ocean may no longer be safe for these silent giants. The sea is becoming transparent, and the next war might not begin on land or in the air. It might begin in sound. Submarines were never made to start wars. They were made to prevent them. They are silent guardians, not aggressors. But the closer they move toward enemy waters, the more dangerous this balance becomes. One wrong step could turn deterrence into disaster. Something is shifting beneath the Arctic silence. And what happens down there will decide how long peace on the surface can last. The US submarines near Russia aren't preparing to attack. They're symbols of balance, reminders that no country dares to strike first. Their silent patrols keep peace alive through the fear of mutual destruction. They are the invisible diplomats of modern warfare. Every movement below the surface is a negotiation of survival. What's moving under the ocean isn't aggression. This is how the world avoids the unthinkable. Peace doesn't survive by luck. It survives because somewhere in the dark, human hands guard it every second. Deep under crushing pressure and freezing black water, crews stay alert, ready, but hoping to never act. They are the quiet heartbeat of global stability. So when you hear that submarines are moving near Russia, remember this: what you can't see is what keeps you safe. It's not a threat. It's a reminder that silence, when backed by strength, is still the world's most powerful form of peace. These submarines are not symbols of destruction. They are symbols of restraint, proof that the world still fears the silence of the deep. They don't exist to start wars. They exist to make sure war never begins. Their invisibility is both a power and a burden. The men and women who serve inside them live in darkness, not for glory, but for peace. They don't seek conflict. They protect the world from it, quietly, patiently, and unseen. If this deep dive into nuclear submarine strategy opened your eyes, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more 4K military explainers. From stealth bombers to orbital weapons, we explore where technology meets geopolitics and how innovation shapes global power. But here's what I want to know from you. Do you believe deterrence through fear still keeps the peace today? Or are we now one mistake away from disaster? Share your thoughts in the comments, because the next story beneath the waves may already be happening.